Hello, and welcome back to the Fly High Podcast. I'm your host, Reese Amon, joined here with my co-host, Gavin Yos, and Evan,
Me and Gavin are the new host.
Evan's just out for blood today. He's just out for blood.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are really kicking it off.
Yeah, he's just angry for no reason.
I'm going to spice things up today, too. Let's start it off with a bang.
We haven't talked about weekends
Shoot,
yet.
but I can't talk about it, though, because I need to wait for the season to be over.
Wait, what?
The season is
This
over.
brings back to our original argument.
No.
Very
What was
early
the original
in the year.
argument? I'm forgetting.
Is Jordan Love going to be worth the money? Did
Yeah.
he meet up to the criteria?
I mean, I would say he did.
Oh, my.
No.
11-5 football team, playoff team.
Football
Reese,
team didn't go anywhere.
Reese, let's be honest. Outside of division,
No.
who have we played that's notably good? We play the Rams without Cooper Kupp and Puka. We played an injured San Fran team.
Yeah, no, he was not worth the money at all.
Well,
It's also been 1 year.
I'm not saying I don't want him to be.
Leave
my
it to
quarterback.
Evan to jump the gun on
No,
something.
just
You guys
no. Let's just wait. I'm not jumping the gun because I gave it a whole season. But
He has 10 years or something on his contract. Not 10, but he's
yeah,
allowed.
I know. But you got to come out with the bang on the first one. Like when Patty Mahomes got his whatever $1 million, he came out with a bang. They won a Super Bowl. And I'm not saying like Jordan Love had to win a Super Bowl. That's not what I'm saying at all. But
But he could have put a bit more out, put a bit more of a show on.
I mean,
50
interceptions, two interceptions,
Yeah, he,
three interceptions.
from about
Jesus.
here,
11 interceptions.
injured in this game.
Let's look at the game
Injured
schedule.
here.
Though. Bears. Wait.
You go
Oh,
from
yeah.
about here to here. He was not at full strength at all, playing with an injury. And
Yeah, but
still,
why did he play though?
still 260, 389,
3 interceptions.
4 touchdowns.
3 interceptions.
You want to go back
You
to
were hate- no,
you want to go back
three
to Jared Goff?
interceptions.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I know.
good,
You were hating on Jared Goff for that.
He had 85 passing yards. He has 4 times that right there.
Jared Goff never had 85.
85 passing yards and 5 interceptions was his stat that
Let's
game. We can
lower-
go back
let's
and
lower
look
your
right
voice.
now.
Let's
We
lower
can
your
go back and
voice.
look right now if you want. He was
85 yards.
85 passing yards and 5 interceptions.
No, I can look at it right now.
I'm right.
I'll pull it
He
up
was
on
my
here
he was
so
my
fast.
quarterback then.
Boom.
Wait, we can pull up right. Oh wait, we're not even looking right now at the. One second. There we go. It's so blurry. Why is it so blurry?
Click
Oh
off.
wait, that's
Yeah,
because.
highlighted it.
5 interceptions.
I don't know. I don't think he was worth the money.
85 yards in my butt. It was 240. Yeah. 240 yards. You said he had 85.
There, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah, still had 3 touchdowns on it though.
Damn. Damn.
Still had
damn.
4 touchdowns with 389 passing yards.
But Jared Goff had similar
again-
stats, and you were still hating on him.
We gotta keep in
completion
mind
was
from here
pretty-
to here,
Pretty terrible.
playing with an ankle injury that limits him severely because he is a running quarterback too.
He's not running.
He is
quarterback.
too. He's a he.
Oh my gosh.
He is a.
Reese.
He's
Reese. Time
okay,
out.
okay.
Time out. No,
He is
not
not.
a
He is
running
not a
quarterback. I'm sorry,
scrambling
but he is
quarterback.
not
He
a
is a
running
mobile
quarterback.
quarterback. He can move around in the
every
pocket.
quarterback-
Having
Oh,
an
no.
ankle injury completely takes that away from you. You mean to tell
He's
me that?
not.
You mean to tell me that Peyton Manning?
First of all, it wasn't
every
an
quarterback
ankle injury.
Peyton.
It was not an ankle injury.
What was it?
It was groin. It was
that
groin
right?
injury.
Jordan Love injury.
We believe in the
It was
facts
like
here.
it was
Let's
like
double check.
it was his knee at first, and then turned into his groin.
Oh, so yeah, I didn't think it was his ankle.
Never was his ankle.
Injury.
I think it was knee, and then.
Oh, wait, that's from last.
Well,
I actually do
yeah,
want to know
that's
what
gonna be
happened.
from yesterday. It was his elbow.
We do have to talk about
There's
Christian Watson
something-
tore his ACL.
It was something nerve because he like followed through with his throw and hit his elbow here, and I think it's some. Maybe he got a nerve because when you hit your funny bone and it shoots.
It was
all
not
the way.
that his arm was not what.
Yeah,
was
it was
injured
because
for.
he was shaking his hand.
Oh, you're talking about yes. Okay,
Yeah,
never
I'm
mind.
talking about yesterday.
But
Jordan Love injury. Say last injury. Do last
Jordan,
injury.
I worded that incorrectly. I didn't mean that he was he's not a Lamar Jackson. He doesn't scramble. But Jordan Love, one of the things he's good at is being elusive
When you can.
and moving around the pocket. When you
Okay, yeah,
are playing with a leg injury, that takes
But
away
doesn't
so much.
Doesn't take net- okay.
No, yeah. I mean, he is.
Okay, I was thinking you were saying he's gonna.
No, he's not Lamar
Tucking on.
Jackson.
Okay.
He has more capability to do that than Aaron Rodgers did. I'll tell you that.
Left
Yeah.
knee.
And then yes, he did have an interception in all these games. And then we look at the last half of the season right here.
56% completion.
Yeah, it was his left knee, and then I want to say it was like, it was like
How many
groin at one
yards?
point.
His true I mean, I would say that this 49ers game right here is probably, throwing-wise, his worst game of the season. 56% completion, only 163 yards. Even when he was throwing all these interceptions, he had a high completion percentage and was getting a lot of yards. And they were winning games. So I would say...
Okay, Eagles are good. Vikings are... I'm not talking about the NFC. Rams, not good. Cardinals, not very good. Texans, not very good. Jags, terrible. 49ers, not very good, just with their injuries. Dolphins, not very good. Injuries there as well. Seattle,
All right.
not very good. Saints, dog water, and then the rest.
But you also got to keep in mind that during this time period when he was still injured, he was finding ways to win. And when he wasn't playing well, the team was finding ways to win.
But
at the end of the day, that's what matters the
your
most.
argument with when I brought up Jared Goff, it's defense.
I mean, I hope he can play through a small injury and win a game.
It was not a small injury. He missed this. He missed that game and then missed 2 weeks after that, and then came back and played. It was not a small injury. He missed 2 weeks because of it.
Okay, then
And it's quarterback.
but it must not have been that terrible that he was able to
But
come
a
back
quarterback rating on
very
the year
early.
of 96.
Very early.
Of 96, you can't break triple digits. Top NFL QBRs.
Gosh darn it.
I can tell you he's not up there because on Fox or whatever they be talking about that before the game.
Number 5.
Dude, number 5.
Number 5.
He did get number.
Wait, why is his 69 there though?
Were you looking in just one game?
Oh, maybe.
The
Wait.
5th best QBR in the NFL. He might have the biggest contract, but you can't go out there and expect him to be the number 1 quarterback in the NFL even though they were winning last year, he wasn't. Joe Burrow was the best quarterback in the NFL this season, and he's 2 behind him. Keep in mind, he's
Do you
key.
think
He's
Joe Burrow was? Lamar Jackson was.
okay. You got me there actually, because Lamar Jackson, literally every single one of Lamar Jackson's stats, we should look at that. From last year, he had 600 more passing yards this year, 200 more rushing
he
yards
should
this year.
win the MVP.
The only thing he had 1 less rushing touchdown this year. He is so good.
I think he should win.
But-
I want Josh Allen to win it, but Lamar Jackson should.
It is tough to put up that high of a QBR, like be in the top 5 with the amount of interceptions that Jordan Love threw. But he also really picked it up during the second half of the season.
Where is intercept? Can you go to interception and click on it? Like, I'd scroll to the right.
I don't know how to.
Is it more to the right, or do you have
It's
to
not-
hit? Oh, it's just.
Oh no, it doesn't
Oh,
go over there.
dang
It just goes off of all of this stuff.
Who's last?
Somebody, Will Levis.
Poor guy.
Oh,
Will Levis, I will say, like when the Packers played the
he
Titans,
wasn't doing all.
Will Levis is not like. It's like a situation that you guys will disagree with me, but I do not think that Aaron Rodgers is. I do not think that he's done. He's out. He's gone.
He's washed.
I think that I don't think he's as good
even
as he was when he
on
won the MVP. I don't think any quarterback on this list could thrive with the Jets' offensive line. They poured a bunch of money into all these skill position players to give Aaron Rodgers
Well, their
a
offensive
second and a
line
half of
was
blocking.
supposed to be fine this year. Like that wasn't their worry at all. But
Yeah, A-Rod's done.
they turned out to be bad.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning of the year, they're like, oh, Aaron Rodgers is back and Jets have a really good offensive line. And then they add all these skill positions. So then I was like, oh, shoot, Jets could actually do something. But then their line turned out to be terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So
I don't know. Jordan needs to do a little better. A little better.
Well, I
gonna be top three.
I want him to go 17-0. QBR.
Which-
QBR sums up stats pretty well. You look right here, and top 5 quarterback in the NFL. And he's getting paid up there with the big guys. So that's where I disagree with your guys' point.
He is the big guy.
He had. Well, yeah, but that's just because next year there's going to be a new highest paid player. It's going to happen every single year because the NFL is going to keep raking in money and different players.
NFL's rich.
Yeah.
Very rich.
So right now he's the highest paid player. Guess what? In 2-3 years it's going to be Jaden Daniels, and after that it's going to be whoever. But
Josh Allen will probably get a
yeah, he'll get a bag.
his contracts. He hasn't gotten
I saw a
extended
thing.
in a while. has he?
I have the Score app. I just like it more than ESPN, and that people were saying that people are trying to trade for the Vikings head coach for Kevin O'Connell at the end of the season.
How's that work?
I don't know. I've never seen that happen before.
What?
But like,
That's a
reputable
thing?
source. I think so. Let's see.
Oh, well, I guess a deal's a deal. I mean,
Wait,
what
is
is
there rules for that in the NFL? Like, I'm sure they don't have a rule saying no trading coaches. Like, I'm sure you can.
Trading coaches?
Traded.
Well, like you trade coach for players, but then a team's coach. Well, they do a coordinator then probably or something.
There are 8 well-known head coach trades in the
What?
NFL.
Huh.
Don
19
Shula, Colts to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Don Shula got traded.
I didn't know you could trade coaches.
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't
That's a
know.
little cool fact.
Weird. But
They
wait,
should make
what was
that a thing.
what was the deal with him? He'd go where and for what?
Yeah.
Multiple teams it said, so I can look
I
at
don't know. He's a good coach, but my guess is.
Does he
go.
want to leave Minnesota?
They have a good. That's
go back here.
okay.
That's
it
going to be a
is
great team.
Crazy if they don't re-sign Sam Darnold. The fact that they're questioning it.
I worry
Yeah,
that
that's
Sam
kinda-
Darnold's going to want a lot of money, though, and they're just going to be like...
I think that guy wants to play football.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you
Because
gotta
that
look
guy
at it this way.
hasn't had a starting career much of his life.
Yeah. He's
It all depends on how Sam Darnold is with it, because the Vikings are gonna have to. They got big players. They gotta pay those guys. So it's quite literally gonna be up to Sam Darnold. If Sam Darnold wants a bag, they're not gonna let him because they'd rather pay the Justin Jeffersons of the world. And you got JJ McCarthy coming in behind them.
Yeah, I was just about to ask that. What do you guys kind
Yeah,
of predictions
but-
on McCarthy?
Well,
I never like
I
I
don't know.
I
I
never
think
liked
he's
him in
Well,
Michigan. I don't
and,
think.
I think he's going to be really flat.
Well, and then me and my brothers were talking, and I don't know where they found this from, but they said J.J. McCarthy, they talk about his play calling and all this and reading the defense at the line. It was his linemen that were doing it for him at Michigan,
Oh,
and not actually him. So,
Well, and I mean, when they won the Natty, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
On a power run team, like that's where I'm like, or I
I
guess they're
don't-
pro
I
style
don't
offense.
think he's gonna
but,
be
like,
that good.
Yeah, but
I
then
don't think
yeah,
he's gonna
I
be
saw I saw that like they were basically saying J.J. McCarthy never made any of the plays at the line of scrimmage. It was his running backs telling him what to do and linemen, and then his coaches as well were helping him out.
Mhm.
Which I mean, don't get me wrong,
It's Kyler Murray
it's
situation.
good teammates to help, but if you want an NFL superstar, they need to do that on their own.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I think
I
think he'll be all right. I just don't think he's going to be a top contender at all.
I think it's K.
Okay. Multiple teams interested in trying to trade for Vikings O'Connell. Here it is.
Oh, it's OC actually.
If it'll load. My apologies, folks. Multiple teams are considered trying to trade for Minnesota Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell. O'Connell's deal with the Vikings runs it through the 2025 season. The Vikings and O'Connell
So he
have
has
not had a
next-
contract extension. The
Wait, so he's done? Or no, that's
He's
next.
got 1 year
He's
left
got
on his
1 year
contract.
left,
39-year-old has a 34-16 record in 3 seasons,
yeah. He's good.
and he's also the Rams coordinator.
Very good.
Bears, Saints, and Jets
Bears
have
need to look.
vacancies.
He's not going to the Bears.
No, nobody's going to the Bears. The Bears are like basketball. Not that basketball's bad. If you know, you know.
It-
We can't bash them. If you know, you know.
Try.
They try hard.
But yeah, well, you know, Evan, you said you want to keep stirring the pot today. What else you got for me?
Yeah, this is.
Yeah. I mean, let me think of something else. Bring up the Brewers. I don't know, but the season.
No.
I don't
Brewers
know.
are terrible.
I don't know the. Did we ever talk about the Bucks winning the NBA Cup on here? We never talk
No,
about.
I mean,
I don't care.
I don't
that
care
much.
about the NBA.
Well,
really.
like I do a little bit, but I'm not a true.
It's all money. It's one. The NBA is one big money grab. I think college basketball is so much better.
Oh yeah.
Speaking,
college
I
everything
talk
is
about
so
this
much
real
better.
quick. The Badgers scoring 116. That's a
Yeah,
lot.
they were lethal.
How good
21 3-pointers they made.
Yeah,
Damn.
school record
Hey,
there
what
and
about,
school record in the.
Like the Badgers? How do they ranked right now?
No,
Nah,
unranked.
they
They're
might
one.
be.
They're 1 and 2 in conference now. They've
Oh.
lost 2 conference matchups.
They lost to Michigan and Illinois.
Yeah.
No.
Yep, you're right.
They beat
you're right.
Michigan. They lost to.
No,
Is it a
they
solid
lost
team?
to
Is it a solid
Michigan.
team though?
They've been playing well, yeah. I mean, they beat.
They had a really good game the other night.
I mean, I don't pay attention.
I don't
to
know.
that-
They're definitely gonna have to.
basketball at all.
Now we don't
so.
need to pull it up. I know about everything. It wasn't John Tanji that went off. It was Blackwell.
Blackwell.
He had 32.
then they-
Winter had like 20, I think.
Tanji didn't have that much.
I was playing 2K. That's the only bad NBA I like because I get to play. Make my character who I will not name. He will remain nameless for now.
Oh,
unless
yeah?
I can mute.
Really?
That way I can
yeah.
tell Gavin. Okay, we're back. I broke the single game record for most assists in one game. I had 31 assists, 25 rebounds,
player?
and 20-some
What
points.
is the NBA record for assists?
Oh,
in game?
30.
30.
It was some 1990 by some guy. His last name was like Tills.
Yeah, I don't know
Single
the
game assist.
record.
That's crazy.
I should know basketball.
Scott Skiles skills in 1990.
30.
30.
So actually, I mean, like 35 years ago, like that's a stat I expect to see in like the Wilt Chamberlain era. Like I was looking,
No,
my goal
yeah.
is to try and beat every single record, but I need like 60 rebounds to beat the record.
Yeah, because Wilt probably has it.
Okay. I have a theory about the Wilt Chamberlain thing, much like I have a theory about if you look at like
Yeah, isn't
really
there
old
some, like,
baseball
really
statistics.
crazy-
Yeah, you're a conspiracy theorist, Reese.
Not as big as you are. That I definitely think like some of the old baseball stats and like some of Wilt Chamberlain stats and like those stats are a little bit inflated.
Like, was Babe Ruth actually him?
Yeah,
Sometimes I think that.
Well, so it wasn't even Babe Ruth I'm talking about.
Like,
I was
I've
looking-
heard things like disapproving it, and then other stuff that makes sense, and I'm like, okay, he might
So,
have actually been pretty
This
good.
is where I won't pull this up here because I'm just gonna look here real
But
quick.
the thing that sucks is like that league was full of like 40-year-old alcoholic day drinkers.
This is and just recently, the MLB integrated the Negro League stats from all the players that were in the MLB, and Josh Gibson, who was a phenomenal baseball player back at the time,
He was
had
strictly the
they
Negro
say
League.
nearly 800 home runs, which would be literally everything we know today. That would beat Barry Bonds. That would beat Babe Ruth.
Yeah, a guy on
Hank
steroids.
That's
And Josh Gibson
Their
said
walls
to
were
have hit.
still they were still back there, right?
closer to
I don't
1,000.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
nobody
kinda like-
knows for sure, and that's where
Yeah.
I'm like, I think that Wilt Chamberlain maybe had the 100-point game. I don't necessarily believe all the stats, though. That's where I'm.
Okay, 100-point
I don't
game.
know.
Like, think about
but,
that. That is insane.
But people. Okay, like
Like-
I don't know.
Well, but play.
But
I mean,
everyone talked about how Wilt was just an insane athlete in general. So I don't know.
yeah, but what was the quarters like? Like what would they play quarters in the NBA back then?
Yeah, I think so.
So
yeah.
what? Is
The biggest
20-minute
issue would be,
quarters?
like-
15.
No, it'd be 12 or around there if they were
12.
doing
We'll
that.
say 15. That
Like-
means he's averaging like 4 points a minute.
Or no, they did 4
Yeah.
quarters because he averaged like throughout his career 48 minutes per game, pretty much like 47 point something. So he played in all the games every time.
What
That
were
is
you
just
saying?
like, that's just, no, it's like crazy. Like, how do you, like, the biggest issue for that would just
So
be time.
100.
Yeah,
Like, how can you even,
but you gotta look to like.
I mean, I guess the talent wasn't.
Evans got a
That's
point. Like
good.
Wilt Chamberlain was just better than everybody else, and it's. I think that it is possible because we're seeing, the NBA from I would say the '90s on very, very, very competitive.
Well, they talked
And-
about how he could like the top of a backboard on like the hoops they play on is like 13 feet or I don't know whatever it is, and he could go he could jump up and put a quarter on it. Like they say stuff like that. So I don't know. But some people say that's all fake, but I don't know.
But I think that the 100-point game is certainly possible, just because we're looking at modern day NBA.
Yeah.
Well, if
Kobe put up 80. Like, when Kobe's playing, it's get better competition. So I do
Yeah.
think that is certainly possible. But, you look at all the stats and stuff, I definitely think. And there's so many crazy things you hear about the old baseball players and stuff. Like Babe Ruth would show up to games, all these games drunk. Like, it definitely could have happened, but do I think he would have been as good?
But yeah,
No.
like if you just look at him playing against these plumbers.
Shut the truth thrown up on here.
These plumbers.
Yeah, just pull up. Just look up.
Yeah, because
highlights
like,
on
what was the
YouTube.
competition then? It was probably
Plumbers, like these, like they didn't pay enough. So
like pickup games, pretty much.
yeah, like it's kind of just like a men's league, but it was more professional. I mean, they didn't get paid a lot, so a lot of them just had jobs. Because that's why they say he plays against a bunch of plumbers.
Could
'cause-
Will Chamberlain play against Kareem ever?
Against who?
Kareem?
No, he was done by then, I think.
You don't need.
Hit skip.
Just in case Kareem or Wilt swears. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's
that's
a little
good
bit of color
quality.
in this video. Oh, this is when he was on the Warriors. Oh, it's a little bit of everything actually, because that's 76ers.
Okay.
There's Bill Russell.
Rest in peace. Just
Like, look.
Like that. Oh my god.
This is when the NBA was actually pretty big, because that's pretty full, this stands now. Because this is when he's a little...
He's huge. How tall
Yeah,
is he?
he's humongous. Like, people said he's super strong.
How tall
like,
is he?
jump out of the gym. He was 7-footer, I think.
That's just like just dominant. I don't know.
Nice.
He's like not even. He doesn't even have to jump.
Yeah, what
He
was
doesn't
that
have to
block?
jump.
Oh, a little behind the back pass. Oh, put back.
yeah. I don't know.
I think it's very
I think it's
possible.
very possible because if you're playing against like Evan said, like literal plumbers, it's a very
Like, the average height in the NBA at the time was probably like
6'2".
2'1".
But I mean, I think he holds a record. He holds like a bunch of records. 60
yeah.
rebounds in one game.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I mean-
which I think that's possible too, because guys are throwing up a lot of shots, a lot of bricks, and he's the tallest guy out there.
Yeah, when you're dominating a league by probably a foot.
Like, look at him out muscle in there, and just.
What the heck was
Whoa.
that?
Like this is nuts. Look at the size comparison.
Little ball fake action there. What,
like a-
is that the Garden? Like, no one's stopping that. And if they, okay, yeah. See, they
He's
just
not-
get out of their way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's huge though.
do-
Like, just look at him.
He's
He's
massive.
humongous.
Yeah, he is. I just think a lot with baseball too, like back in the day.
Yeah.
Like I can,
I feel like I feel like a lot of stuff with baseball is
Babe will
back then.
bet like the problem the biggest one I have a problem with is Josh Gibbs and stuff because Babe Ruth, no one's ever gonna break that. People have broken it, so I'm like, well, if people can do it nowadays, people nowadays have like exceeded that. It's not unbelievable for him to do that. But you also, your pre-internet and stuff, people can very well just go in there and, let's give him an extra home run. Let's give him 12 extra rebounds and points.
But what
You never know.
How much does Josh Gibbs? Was that
Yeah.
Josh Gibbs? How much does he like absolutely blow everybody out of the water by?
Like, if they don't actually, they've guessed between 800 and 1,000.
No,
That'd
but
be
like what's like who like does anyone compete with that or is that just like a normal stat?
like, what do you like the home run? Is like
Yeah.
the home run? No, like he
Like
has
what's someone like what's a good player's like?
the Barry Bonds. If we look at the most all time without the Negro Leagues, he has the most with I want to say 752. I think.
I think that's
That's
I
all
don't know, I think
roided
that's
up
fair.
too.
You gotta keep like baseball, especially like once you hit an age in baseball, you stop hitting home runs. But Barry
Yeah.
Bonds was roided up, and he was doing that allegedly.
Don't say allegedly. Has he admitted to it?
I don't think so.
Barry Bonds.
Did
I would. I'd say, yeah, you're
So
right,
he
I
was
did.
just-
That's what you get for not testing me.
I think that Josh Gibson was a great baseball player
he was
because all I've
just
ever
juiced-
heard.
just
But yeah,
juiced up.
okay, Josh Gibson he officially played 500 Negro League games. That means that he had 1,000 of his total at bats were home runs. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, that's skewed.
That's
What?
too skewed, yeah. There's no way. That means like every time he's walking up to the plate.
808 hit.
What-
Wait, this might.
yeah,
Oh wait,
what's-
time
what's
out.
that, 2
time
home
out.
runs a game?
This might be in. No, this is all in the Negro Leagues.
That's crazy.
So that's like 2 home runs a game? That's 2
Oh yeah, but on here he's got 166 over the course of 33 to 13 years.
20 in one game.
But then, how many home runs did? I think that
okay.
No, it has to be.
Who's keeping the stats here? Like, what is?
Yeah.
probably just some kind of bookkeeper.
But like,
Nearly 40.
with the racism at the time, was it black people that were keeping the?
I mean, that was Negro League baseball. That was just all
Like,
African American
all
people.
Yeah, so I don't know. They purposely skewed his stats to try and get him
But
in the
I mean,
league. I don't know.
Gibson
could be
was
it.
known
Kind of
as
like
a
a Babe
spectacular
Ruth.
power hitter
Well,
by some
not Babe Ruth.
accounts.
Jackie Robinson,
Hit close to 800 home runs in the Negro League statistic records. His career home run total was 166 on MLB.com. So I don't know. If we look at the stats, it says 166. So I believe that number a lot
Oh,
more.
yeah.
That might just be an old
Yeah.
the legend Bob Gibson. It's like Paul Bunyan. You cut down a redwood with one swing of the axe.
Yeah.
But if we go look, like
I was a Barry Bonds guy.
yeah, one sec. I'll show you the Barry Bonds before and after.
So he just hit a certain age and then he just juiced up.
Yeah, so let's go look at the stat leaders real quick. Oh, I do not want that. Okay, let's accept all cookies. I want them all. Give them to me.
All of them.
All-time totals.
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds, 762 home runs. And Hank Aaron did it without roids. Babe Ruth, 714. I think that, like, a lot of that, because Babe Ruth
Do you think
played...
Babe Ruth? Let's say he could get 600 if he played somewhere in like the 90s or so.
I think that, I mean, pitching was very...
Yeah, they said about like you're just hitting 50-mile-an-hour meatballs.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some very really good legendary pictures from way back then, but I would say pitching really took off in the 90s, along with the. I mean, you got Roger Clemens, you got all those guys. There's people before that. You got Josh Gibson. You got who else? I don't even know. It was definitely a hitter dominant. But if you look at the different eras of baseball, you have the dead ball era where nobody was hitting home runs. So I mean, there's different eras that have gone back and forth.
When was the dead ball era?
That was right before the live ball area, which was like 1910, 1920, I want to say. So Babe Ruth was like one of the only people hitting home runs in the dead ball era.
So that's probably why he's so famous.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys, I can tell you, 90s, early 2000s, 90s. Willie Mays.
So
he was a little bit
you
older than Babe
think
Ruth.
with
A-Rod,
all foreign
steroids.
substances aside, Hank Aaron's the best to ever do it?
I think.
Yes, I do. I do believe that. I mean, if we look, if we get rid of people who I don't know if Albert Pujols ever has, so we'll put him in a maybe. But he was really 2000s player. Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, Albert Pujols, A-Rod, no, Willie Mays. I also think Willie Mays I would put at my number 2 probably, and then Mickey Mantle right behind him. Ken Griffey. That's regular Griffey? That's not senior, is it?
I think that's
right.
senior.
Yeah, no, that's junior.
That is?
Yeah,
They have
it
senior.
says center fielder.
Oh.
Jim Thome. I can't remember when he played, but I think steroids. Frank Robinson, no. Mark McGwire, yes. Harmon Killebrew, no. He was a big hitter back in the day. Rafael Palmeiro, probably. Reggie Jackson, I don't think so, actually. Manny Ramirez, probably. Mike Schmidt, not. Fun fact about Mike Schmidt, my dad's favorite player of all time. David Ortiz, probably. Mickey Mantle, no. Jimmy Fox, no. But yeah, you got all these guys. They're a good chunk of this list gets taken out with the
Substance.
but
Foreign substances.
But yeah, I mean, Barry Bonds taking all these steroids only had 12 more career or 7 more career home runs than Hank Aaron. Now I want to show you. I'm gonna show you it on
What
baseball
makes
cards.
Hank Aaron for sure clean?
He played in the 70s.
Okay, I just didn't know.
So I want to show you. I want to go.
So no one knew was breaking these records.
I mean, it's possible. Probably not though. Just because it's Hank Aaron was playing at a time with a little bit worse pitching. Nowadays, pitching is so good.
Yeah.
With all these great players and whatnot. But I want to show you. So this is a year after Barry Bonds' rookie season. This is what it looks like, okay? Let's get zoom in. Pretty normal, right? Relatively normal.
Yeah, I wanted to focus on the legs here. I feel like
Let's go Barry Bonds.
I mean, it looks normal.
1995 card. Just take a nice look at this one, maybe.
Yeah, he just looks a bit wider.
A little roided up.
well, yeah, there's his other one right there. So yeah, you can see definitely some
Let's go. Let's see if we can go Barry Bonds
before and
before
after.
and after, and then I bet you it'll already fill in steroids for us. We don't even have to look.
Yeah.
That one on
Yeah.
the right's crazy, or like
Yeah.
the
The one,
middle.
okay, that
yeah,
has
that's
to be
not.
shot. There's no way.
This one? No, this is a real picture. This was on the cover of Sports Illustrated at one point. Yeah.
So,
So-
going from a twig to an absolute meat monster.
He was a little bit of a husky guy. But yeah.
Jeez.
And like no, he hit home run. He was walked so many times. Like his stats are unreal. But there were also pitchers during like Roger Clemens dominated the MLB during that time.
What about
Eric Gagne.
no?
No, I mean, he's all right. He's all right.
He's all
Not a Hall of
right.
Famer.
No.
The legend. Let's real quick. We're talking about. You know who that is?
No
Yeah,
clue.
no. Me and Evan do. But yeah, a good sports episode today. Not as much arguing as I anticipated.
Yeah, I was hoping for I was thinking there was going to be a lot more once Evan was like, I'm going to stir the pot today.
Yeah.
That's kind of all I had.
Well, I feel like I was pretty able to back up that Jordan Love, if you take out of the game, you know, the second half of the season he was immaculate.
I need a full season.
Well, the full season without injury. That's
Yeah,
what you
no,
need. That's
yeah,
what you're looking for.
yeah.
So you can't really knock him if he was injured. I mean, with the QBR kind of. I mean, that kind of sealed the deal there. He wasn't playing great and still 5 in the league in QBR.
What are you guys' Super Bowl predictions?
My prediction was
Lions, Bills.
Eagles, Bills, but
Lions,
I don't
Bills,
want
or
that.
Lions, Ravens.
I'm thinking Lions, Bills.
I think it's gonna be Eagles, Bills. But I feel so sad because the Packers
Have
play.
the
Packers
Bills,
play
have
the
the Bills and
Eagles.
Ravens
That's my
played it
pick.
all this year?
The Bills and the Ravens.
I don't think they did.
I don't remember.
I don't
think
know.
so.
I feel like it's
Eagles
gonna be them in the
defense
AFC.
here.
It's gonna be Lions. Do you think the
Oh,
Eagles?
let's. We got a couple minutes. I just want to let's look at scenarios.
Yeah, take a peek. We got time.
I don't think after watching last night, I don't think the Vikings have.
Broncos clinched the playoffs, but they played against a bunch of second strings.
Lions, Eagles, Bills. No,
NFL bracket.
I don't know. But there's no one in the NFC that I really think is like can really pull off an upset.
I will say, and you can say whatever you want about this. Packers played in one-score games, both times against the Lions, both times
I'll
against the
agree with you
Vikings.
there. No, yeah, but I just like yes, it's one-score games, but it's just not enough. You know what I mean? Where you're just gonna fall short every time. Why don't you just go on images? Well, it's right there.
Okay. So predictions here. We're gonna go through this because we're not gonna be.
Bills
I think
are gonna wipe.
Bills
right
are gonna-
through their.
Okay, I'm a little bit biased because I love the Broncos, but Bills are going to win the game. It's not going to be that close. I know that what you can say whatever you want, but what the Broncos did against the second string Kansas City, like you put most teams up against a second string Kansas City team, you know, Kansas City's still going to score.
But you
and
said
stuff
they're
like
not that good alone, though.
The
Like
Broncos?
the Chiefs. You said they're a flop team even with their starters, so that doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense.
I don't think that they're a flop team. I think
They're
that they're a
lucky.
top team
I
in
think
the
they're
NFL.
lucky.
But
I think they're lucky.
They're a lucky. They're a
They're a
lucky
very
team.
lucky team.
I think that if the Broncos very well could beat the Chiefs. I mean, they lost to them on a blocked field goal, a last-second blocked field goal.
Yeah.
I say you're behind.
So I think the Chiefs do get bounced with whoever plays them, but I don't think it's going to be.
I think they're gonna lose.
I think
in
the
their division.
Broncos will lose, Ravens will win, and I'm going to take the Chargers over the Texans.
Yep, I agree.
And then I want to take the Packers, but I think the Eagles are going to make it the Super Bowl.
I don't think so. I think Lions got it.
I think Lions got
I
it.
think Commanders are going to take down the Bucks, and then the Vikings are going to beat
I
the
know you
Rams.
can talk about Lions injuries, but they haven't shown that much weakness. Like they just whooped up on the Vikings, and they're arguably one of the best teams.
That was
Wait, did,
that game should have been so much.
that
I
game
can't
re-
believe that they didn't convert a single
That
time
game
in
already,
red zone.
That game happened, didn't it?
Yeah,
Vikings.
Well, and then
Oh, we gotta
you
go.
know-
We gotta go.
Oh shoot!
All right.
All right.
Ah!
Oh, give it. Hit the thing, Evan.